Now we're rolling. Damage Plan MMA podcast. I am Jason, as always. My co-host, Mr. Partridge, in the house. What up?
Hey, man.
That didn't sound very excited that there's fights tomorrow.
Yo, what up, dog?
It's better.
Hey, I just got done helping teammate cut weight. I'm tired.
How did that go?
Good. Cut weight like a champ. We're good.
How much did you cut during that process? Did you weigh yourself before and after?
No, I at least lost 4 pounds. Jeez, dude, I was leaking. I just leaking water, man.
So what do you do when you're done? You just hydrate, get back going again?
For me?
Yeah,
Or
for you.
him?
Like you right now. Like, what did you do? Just start hydrating, rehydrate?
I was drinking water while I was in there.
You're such an ass because he can't, can he?
No, but when he's like, oh, that looks so good. I'm like, it's warm. It's not good. Don't worry. It was ice cold.
Such a bad.
It was ice cold. You got it. I'm not trying to get in there, lightheaded. If I'm lightheaded and he's lightheaded and we're both suffering, what good does that do anybody?
You can't push him. Yeah, I get it.
This
All
Diet
right.
Mountain Dew's freezing and it's delicious.
Hey, off subject. I've been on a freaking diet root beer kick the last week or two. Holy
Wow.
crap.
Diet root beer's not bad.
It is really good.
Yeah.
I'm
Nice.
bomb. Well, we got UFC fights tomorrow that neither one of us are going to be watching because we will be at the Steel Fist fights.
And for those that don't know, Mitch Ramirez's fight is off due to COVID, which sucks. So
COVID,
Bummer.
or did he watch his highlight reel?
No, he tested positive for
I
COVID.
know, I'm just joking.
He's because they said that that they can reschedule it at another promotion at a later time. So when that's official, Mitch said he'll announce that.
How many guys do you think at that pro level are scared to fight another guy?
Not very many.
I wouldn't think so. Like,
Not
you think
very many.
you get to that point, it's like, I don't think these guys are scared. I mean,
No,
you may be nervous. I get it. The nerves are there, but to be scared, like,
The nerves of being in front of people and there's always that concern, like, what if I get knocked out in front of this person, or what if
Yeah.
this happens, or what if that, it's like, and it's whatever. But I mean, to be scared of another human being that's your size, like,
I mean, I would think if you're in that world that you're not scared.
well, I mean, just look at Trevor Bradshaw, right? Like, he was going to face Mitch Ramirez and he's like, so what? Like, let's do it. He wasn't scared. Like,
No.
I just think, I think people that get to that level and are scared, they'll never go anywhere.
Yeah.
Right? Like Trevor's a real fighter. Like, anybody that's like fighter, like, they're not going in there and being like, oh, like, I'm going to get killed.
I get it.
I mean, that's why I'm not the same as those guys too. Cause I'm like, I look at some guys and like, you want to fight that guy? I'm like, no, he's huge.
No,
No,
I don't want to fight that guy.
for an amateur for free. No.
For the right money, you might get in there and bang, but yeah.
Oh, for the right money, I'll fight Brock Lesnar right now. I'll juice to the gills. I don't care.
Yeah, what's the worst that can happen?
Nothing.
Nothing. You get knocked out and you'll wake up maybe 3 minutes later because it's Brock, maybe 4, but you'll wake up.
Brock's not going to land a punch that's like going to put me to sleep. He's going to get on top of me and maul me. And I'm just going to tap. And I'm get my money and leave.
Just tap. As soon as he takes you down, you're tapping already. You're not even waiting.
Just like pretend like a rib popped out of place or something.
Yeah.
Oh, tap. Oh, okay.
Well, should we break down this UFC Vegas 21 card for tomorrow?
Yeah, it's sneaky good card.
It is going to be a sneaky good card.
I've been so busy preparing, like helping teammates get ready for fight week. I didn't pay much attention to it. And I was like looking over it. I'm like, man, sneaky good card.
I might have to stream it a little bit on my phone while I'm there. The only problem is I'm not going to have a charger to charge my phone, so I can't be sitting here.
Charger. I got a portable charger. I'll bring a portable.
I think I do have an extra battery one too. That's a good idea.
I got you.
Bite him. Rowdy says bite him. Yeah, just bite him. Take out the mouthpiece and bite him. Pull the Mike Tyson, take a chunk out of his ear.
Mike Tyson, I'm going to bite your ear off.
Did you see Evander Holyfield's son knock that kid out? There was a highlight going around. I think it's on TikTok.
No.
TikTok sucks you in, dude. Holy crap. Like, it's lame, but you can't help but watch it.
do you mean it's lame?
It's lame. It's stupid. I don't like it. Like maybe that's the 45-year-old me, but it's stupid.
Well, yeah, let's get into it.
All right. So we're going to start off with the first fight of the night is Jason Witt. Jason Witt is 5'10" with a 70-inch reach. He is 18-6. He is fighting Matthew Smellisberger, 7-2. Matthew is 6'1" with a 75-inch reach advantage. So Matthew a little bit taller, a little bit longer reach, fighting a veteran. Jason Witt's been around for a minute. I want to say Jason's 30. What is he? I didn't write that. He's 34. He's been around the sport a little bit. The Vanilla Gorilla.
The Vanilla Gorilla. Matthew Smellsberger, like good amateur background.
He played D1. He was a D1 starter football, strong safety.
Yeah. I mean, athlete, right? Athlete.
He was what did I see? Saw 220 pounds when he was playing.
Yeah.
Whew.
So he's a monster. But I mean,
I
like good. I think it's a coin flip. I kind of like Jason Witt and his experience to get it done in this fight.
Well, me being the person that I am going to go against you, and I'm going to pick Matthew Smellsberger. Cool. I like the athleticism. He hasn't fought the level of competition that Jason Witt has, but
no, he hasn't. That's the question mark for me is can Jason Witt's veteran experience negate some of the athleticism and explosiveness of Matthew Smellsberger?
And Semi-Jedi, that's his nickname, Semi-Jedi. He comes forward though. Like he wants to finish people. He's not messing around when he goes in there. So I like the guy. I think he's gonna get it done.
I think it's a coin flip fight. Wouldn't surprise me if it went either way. I just tend to lean towards experience unless I think somebody's super, super special.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I've seen something from Matthew Smellsberger to be like, ooh, that guy's like something special.
I'll take it. Coin flip. Odds have it a coin flip too. Jason Witt's plus 100.
Yeah.
Smellsberger's minus 120. So it's pretty much a coin flip.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Jin Yu Frey, 5'3", 65-inch reach. She's 9-6, 35 years old against Gloria DePaula. She's 5'5", 67.5-inch reach. And she is only 25 years old, coming up from the Contender Series. So this is kind of the old versus the new, right?
Yeah, but Jin Yu Frey, she's had a couple of these now, right? She fought Kay Hansen, lost to a triangle armbar, beat up Kay Hansen pretty good in the first round of that fight, and then Kay turned it around and then submitted her in the third round. That was a pretty impressive fight. And then they fed her to the Loma Lukabunmi, whatever her name is. And she's 25. And then she beats Jin Yu Frey. And it's like, I kind of just feel like they just keep feeding her these young girls, and these young girls just keep kind of beating her.
Yeah.
And she's 0-2 in the UFC. She won her last fight before she came in here in Invicta, but it's like, she was doing her thing in Invicta and had a lot of success, but her one fight in Ryzen and then in the UFC, she's 0 for her last 4 fights outside of Invicta. And I like her. She's a veteran, but it seems like this is the old versus the new, which in women's MMA, I feel like there's a bigger gap than in the men's. So I am going to go with the not a huge favorite, but she is a favorite here. I'm going to go with Gloria DePaula.
I concur.
Okay.
We don't need to keep breaking down that one because I'm with you. I concur with everything you said.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Courtney Casey. She's 9-8. She's got a record of 9-8, 33 years old, 5'7" with a 67-inch reach, and she's fighting JJ Aldrich. She's 5'5" with a 67.5-inch reach, and she's got an 8-4 record. So similar in height and reach.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the odds on this one? These aren't in order on here, and it's driving me crazy. This is actually a pretty close fight too. Courtney Casey's actually the underdog, plus 130.
Yeah.
JJ's
give me the underdog Courtney Casey all day.
I'm on it.
One.
I'm with you on that one too. Yeah.
I think Courtney Casey's experience shows in this one. You got to remember too, she's really, really strong for for 125. She used to fight at she moved up. She was cutting down to 115.
Yeah.
Quit doing the large weight cut, and now she's just going to 125. I'm big on this, and it didn't work out for Izzy last weekend, but I would bet there's a good trend that the fighters that fight closer to their walking around weight instead of big weight cuts, I think they just perform better in general. I know she lost to Jillian Roberts via rear naked choke in her last fight, but she looked incredible at her first fight at 125 against Marla Barola. And I like JJ Aldrich. She's tough. I mean, her losses have all come to, good fighters, that Sabina Mazao and Macy Barber, or, Juliana Lima. Like, she was on, the Ultimate Fighter, like, lost to Tatiana Suarez, who I think is a future champion. Like, I think she's a really good fighter, but I think Courtney Casey's just going to be a little bit too much for her.
I agree too. Actually, that might be one of my my picks. I actually really like the underdog spot on this one. I like Courtney Casey.
Yeah, me too.
All right, let's move on to Nasrat Hakparas. I don't even know how to say this guy's name. I should have listened to it. Nasrat. We'll just call him Nasrat against Rafa Garcia. And if I'm not mistaken, Rafa Garcia is a replacement on this one.
Yeah, he is. And this is his UFC debut. He's an undefeated fighter. But this is his UFC debut. Nasrat was supposed to fight Don Madge, but he had visa issues, so he couldn't make it. So he's taking this late notice. Nasrat has just been really, he's a big favorite, and he's a big favorite for a reason. He's lost twice in the UFC, but has some pretty good wins.
Yeah.
Looked really good against Alex Munoz in his last fight. Hits hard, wins a lot by, it's kind of like either he knocks you out or kind of wins by decision. He got clipped by Judober. Judober knocked him out. But I definitely don't like what is he like, minus like 400 plus?
No, I don't think it's that much. It's actually, he's minus 265.
Wow. The money's come down a lot because when the line opened, he opened up at minus a 4-1 favorite.
Yep. He was, DraftKings had him at minus 365, it looks like.
Wow.
Crazy.
Well, I mean, good for him. A lot of money coming on the underdog on that one. I just think that might be a case of people seeing a 12-0 record.
Yeah.
But, I mean, anything can happen, but I question the Combat Mexicali promotions, like what level of fighter he's fighting as he's coming up there. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm
staying away. I think Nasrat wins, but I'm staying away.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to take the guy with the experience in the UFC that has the experience in the octagon. Not to say Garcia could prove us wrong and come out and starch him, but I'm going to go with Nasrat. All right, next up, we've got Ronnie Yahya. He is 26-10-1, 5'6" with a 68-inch reach. He's only how old is he? He's 36 years old. I almost read it wrong on my page. He's fighting Ray Rodriguez. He's 16-7, 5'7" with a 71-inch reach. Little backstory on this: Ray Rodriguez was actually supposed to fight Irwin Rivera, and if you remember, Irwin Rivera is sitting behind bars now for attempted murder.
Yes, he is.
Wasn't it like a sister?
Yeah, no, I think his sister and his sister's friend or something like that.
Crazy. Who do you like in this one?
Oh, I actually really, really like Ronnie Yahya. Is that how you say it? Yahya?
Really?
Yeah, I mean, he's a big favorite.
He's the big favorite. He's almost 3-1, minus 280. Comeback is plus 240.
So he's lost to Ricky Simone, good wrestler. Lost to Joe Soto, good ground game. Split decision, Tom Ninamaki. So he's lost some fights that he shouldn't have lost, but he's also beat Mike Brown. I beat Johnny Bedford, who I think's tough. Beat Luke Sanders via heel hook. I actually like Ronnie by submission. I don't know what the odds are on that, but it seems like he's won his fights by heel hook, arm triangle, Kimura, decision, arm triangle, decision, Kimura, decision, north-south choke. He's never had a knockout.
Crazy.
He's never had a knockout. It's either submission or decision.
He's plus 105 on the submission prop on that one. Plus 900 for the KO.
Well, he's never done it. He's never. I mean, he's Brazilian. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Like he's dangerous on the ground.
I actually think there's a little bit of value in Rodriguez. And
do you?
Yeah. The only thing I don't like about Ronnie is he's not very active.
No, he's not.
I mean, he fought back in March of last year. Then he didn't fight till the year before that. He lost to Ricky Simone back in 2019. Then he's another year layoff. He fought twice in 2018, twice in 2017, then 2016. He's not very active. I think from a betting perspective, I think there's a little bit of value on Rodriguez at the plus 240. I don't know if I'm going to play it, but I think if you're looking at it, might be a little bit of value there.
Interesting.
I'm staying away though. Who do we got next? Next up, we got Charles Jourdain. He's 10-3-1, 5'9" with a 69-inch reach against Marcelo Rojo. And Marcelo Rojo is 5'8" with I didn't write his reach down. Oh, his reach wasn't on Tapology. That's why I didn't write it down. Yeah. He's 16-6. He's 32 years old. What's the odds on this? Who do you like in this one?
Jourdain. Love Jourdain in this one.
He's a pretty big favorite too.
Is he? I haven't even seen the odds.
He's minus 255.
And I mean, I know that this is crazy, but I'm just like, I remember his fight with Andre Fili. He went toe-to-toe with Andre Fili and lost a split decision.
And that was close, wasn't it?
It was very close.
Could have went either way if I remember right.
You can hang with Andre Fili. Like, I'm sorry, but you're beating a guy that this is his UFC debut. That's just how I see it. I mean,
I like it.
I don't think sometimes we tend to overthink on some of these.
Yeah.
I think it's just that simple. Like the level of competition he's faced and who he can hang with.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's a hard one for me.
I'm with you on that one. All right, next up we actually have a rematch of the Ultimate Fighter finale with Angela Hill and fighting Ashley Yoder. Angela Hill's 5'3", 64.5-inch reach advantage. She is 36 years old, 12-9 record. She's fighting Ashley Yoder, 5'7", with a 69.5-inch reach. She's 8-6 record, and she is 33 years old. And if I'm not mistaken, Angela Hill is a huge favorite, which I don't know why anybody would throw almost 4-1 odds down on Angela Hill. I think she wins the fight.
4-1?
She's minus 380.
Okay, so how much of that is because she's being in the public a lot more with her commentator and stuff?
I think you're spot on that one.
Because when they were supposed to fight, what was it, last week or 2 weeks ago? It was almost a coin flip.
Yeah, she was supposed to.
Angela Hill was like minus 150 or something like that, right?
Yeah, I don't know what changed. Fractured Fox, hello, sir. Thanks for tuning in.
Hey, Tony, how's your calf, buddy?
Oh, hi, Shaylee.
Dude, I think Angela Hill wins, but out of principle, I'd sprinkle money on Yoder.
I like that. If you look at Angela Hill, you could say she could very well be on a 5-fight win streak.
Yeah.
She had a split decision loss to Michelle Watterson and a split decision loss to Claudia Gadelha, which arguably I thought she won both of those fights, really. They were really close. I think we're both in agreement. Hill wins this fight.
Well, they've already fought once and she already beat her once.
But we're not laying money, right?
No.
Yeah. Still on crutches. What happened? What did he do?
I tweaked it kickboxing, like his calf.
Don't tear your Achilles. Do not tear that Achilles.
Yeah, I like Yoder because I think she's a really good fighter. I thought she won the Randa Marcos fight. She lost that split decision. Both these girls have lost some really how should I say questionable split decisions.
Yeah.
She lost to Mackenzie Dern by split decision. I was in the arena that night. There's not one person in that arena there's two people in the whole arena that thought Dern won that fight, and they were two judges. Everybody, one judge and everybody else in the arena thought Ashley Yoder won that fight.
Yeah, that's
and they've both been on the wrong side of some judges' decisions. It's really interesting. I would take Yoder at plus 300.
Yeah, you're getting plus 315.
The value is just too good there.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think with Hill being on the being in the public eye a little bit more, but she has been looking good. As Fractured Fox said, she's been looking good.
She does, and I like Angela Hill. And like I said, I think she wins, but 3-1 favorite or 4-1 favorite, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. Your boy Eric Anders.
Your boy.
13-5. He's 6'1" with a 75-inch reach. 33 years old. He's fighting Darren the Dentist Stewart. He's 12-6 record, 6 foot tall with a 74-inch reach advantage, and he is 30 years old. I like this matchup, man. What do you think about this fight?
This is a great fight. Great fight. Darren Stewart took Kevin Holland to a split decision, beat Maki Patola. He's been active during all this. Has a win over Bevan Lewis. He was a tough fight. Almost gave Edmund Shabazian, his first loss. He's tough, man. He's actually really, really tough. I think Eric Anders when you talk about elite athletes, I mean, he played college football at the highest level at the best program in the nation in Alabama, and he's a monster. I mean, arguably to me, one of the most impressive things I've ever seen was him main eventing a card against Lyoto Machida and losing a split decision with almost no experience.
I remember that.
That was his first loss. He was 10-0. I mean, dude, you're freaking your 11th fight ever, and you're looking across the cage at a main event to Lyoto Machida. That's crazy. And then the fight where he got his leg just obliterated by Khalil Roundtree, and he's the first person that I've seen get that low calf kick kicked over and over, and he just kept walking him down. I mean, he lost the fight, but he walked him down and walked him down and walked him down. I think Eric Anders' toughness level is just out of this world. I like Darren Stewart, but I don't know what the odds are, but I'm going with your boy, Eric Anders, on this one.
He is actually plus 155, a slight underdog in this. Minus 175 for the Dentist. I think, oh man, I've gone back and forth on this, and you're almost got me convinced I'm going with Anders, but I'm going to stay with Stewart. I think he's the better overall fighter. I think he's got more tools in the toolbox. But I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not going to bet this fight because I wouldn't be surprised if Anders pulls this one out.
I like your boy.
Your boy.
And nothing's better than hearing Bruce Buffer saying, your boy, Eric Anders. Nothing.
All right, next up we got Matthias Nicolau, 5'6", 66-inch reach advantage, 28 years old, against Manel Cape, 5'5" with a 68-inch reach, and he is only 27 years old. So very similar across the board, similar height, similar reach, similar in age. We just saw Cape. What was it? 3 weeks ago? Month ago?
Yeah,
a little over a month ago.
Yeah. I think this is a guy who's been, when I say a guy, Nicolua.
Yes.
Whatever. Nicolua. This is a guy who's been in and out. He was in the Ultimate Fighter house, got a shot in the UFC.
Yep.
Has been doing it, was doing okay, got cut, took a fight at Future FC and Brave FC, got a couple wins, and now he's back. I like Manel Cape. I think he fought a monster in his UFC debut.
They fed him. They fed him a beast.
Well, he asked for it, right?
Yeah.
He wanted Figueiredo
no, he did.
He asked for it, and he lost the unanimous decision. He looked good in the third round. I almost felt like it was the bright lights, and it took him a round or two to like find his rhythm. I don't know if it was the pressure of being in the UFC or what, but I actually think I would take Cape, and I think Cape puts him away like early.
What do we got on this one?
If he comes out as aggressive and as the aggressor, I think Cape puts him to sleep.
It's actually almost a coin flip.
Is it really?
Cape is a minus 135. The comeback's plus 115 on Nicolau.
I like that.
And Cape wins by TKO plus 175. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm with you, man. I think Cape gets it done. And I think there's a good chance he gets it done inside the distance. I might even take that plus 160.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think so. Yeah.
I think he's got a little bit more experience. I mean, he's got a ton of fights over in Ryzen.
Tons.
We'll take Starboy. We're both on Starboy. Next up, we got Jonathan Martinez. He is 13-3 record, 5'8", 69.5-inch reach, 26 years old, fighting Davey Grant. He's 10-4, 5'8" with a 69-inch reach, and he's 35 years old. So here we go again. We got the experienced vet and Davey Grant against Jonathan Martinez. What's the odds on this bad boy?
Grant.
Martinez is a huge favorite, minus 320.
I mean, I like Martinez. You beat somebody. I mean, the names on his resume are just better of who he's beaten.
Yeah, he just beat Thomas Almeida. It's no joke.
No joke, right?
Loses split decision to Andre Ewell. I think we're both in agreement on this one too.
I think there's levels to this, and you can just see Davey Grant just has not quite been on this same. I mean, he beat Martin Day, who's a lot of people would argue is probably one of the lowest quality UFC fighters on their roster, unfortunately. He was the beneficiary of taking a late notice fight, and
yeah.
But I think he'll be cut very soon if he hasn't already been cut. But
from a betting perspective, I'm not laying minus 320. I don't have that much confidence. I think Martinez wins the fight, though.
Oh, I'd throw that in some things. I'm pretty confident in that. I think Martinez is just vastly better everywhere.
We agree again. All right. Next up, my prediction as fight of the night.
Yes.
Dan Ige. He's 14-3, 5'7" with a 71-inch reach, 29 years old. He's fighting Gavin Tucker, who's 13-1, 5'6" with a 66-inch reach, and Tucker is 34 years old. I think this is your fight of the night, man. Should be a great fight.
It's going to be fireworks.
Tucker's looked impressive his last couple fights. He just beat Billy Corlentino, rear naked choke to Justin James. Beat
one armed rear naked choke.
That's right. He was the. I do remember that.
He did it with one arm.
I do remember that.
So,
how do you see this one playing out? This is.
So I'm on Gavin Tucker for this one for a couple. For a couple of reasons.
Let's hear it.
A big one is, and this is kind of like one thing that I've kind of picked up, and maybe it's like an artificial trend or recency bias.
Yeah.
But I feel like after guys come out on the losing end of 5-round wars, they're not the same their next fight. And Calvin Kattar beat the brakes off of him in that 3rd, 4th, and 5th round of their fights. Like, he battered him in the 4th and 5th round. He looked great in the first couple of rounds, but you saw him noticeably fade. And I think it messes with fighter psyche a little bit. And I feel like Gavin Tucker, I know he lost a couple fights ago. I just really like his last 3 fights.
I
feel like he is on a roll. I mean, not saying that Ige can't win or shouldn't be, highly sought out. Like, he's a very, very good fighter, and he could very well win this fight. I just like the guy that's coming off the 3-fight winning streak, not the guy that just got his last 3 rounds. He basically got his face bashed in.
Well, not only that, he could technically be on a 3-fight losing streak because he split decision win against Edson Barbosa, and split decision win against Mirsad Bekik.
Oh, and he did not win that against Barbosa.
I don't think
no way
no.
he won that fight.
Yeah. So technically, he definitely almost a 2-fight losing streak, but could very well be on a 3-fight losing streak. I'm with you, man. I like what Gavin Tucker's been doing, and I think he ends up getting it done. I don't see either one of these guys finishing each other. What's the decision prop? Fight goes to his decision, minus 240. So Vegas is all over this. I can't see either one of them.
Ooh, 3 minutes ago, Derek Lewis on Joe Rogan podcast just dropped.
Oh, yeah.
Breaking
news. I am all over that. All right. So we have up next in our are we already at our co-main event? Man, we're jamming through this one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We have Misha.
My wife's watching. If my wife's watching, I told you this is going to be a shorter podcast.
Short one.
Dave.
Yeah. Short one. Only because we're not watching. We're not going to be watching tomorrow. It's our co-main event. We got Misha Cirkunov, 6'3" with a 77-inch reach. He's 34 years old, 15-5 record. He's fighting Ryan Spann, 6'5" with an 81.5-inch reach. Holy crap. And he's only 29 years old. He's got a 4.5-inch reach advantage. Spann's a big dude, man.
You love Spann, don't you?
I
love him. I could tell you love him.
I did. And when dude, Cirkunov he's a big dude. Like he's a tank. And I keep going back and forth on me because I really like the length, the athleticism in Ryan Spann. Trains out of Fortis MMA, which we like.
You love Fortis.
That I'm a slight lean towards Ryan Spann on this one.
I could feel it. I knew you liked Ryan Spann.
I do. He's a slight underdog too, plus 115, and Misha is minus 135. Do you see this fight going the distance?
I could see it.
Really?
I could.
I think somebody gets knocked out. So does Vegas.
Hey.
What?
Ready for this?
What's that?
What is Kirkunov via submission?
Kirkunov via submission is don't know if they have it up yet. They don't have a bunch of them.
Okay, listen to this though. Jimmy Crute beat him by Peruvian necktie. Patrick Cummins arm triangle. Nikita Krylov guillotine choke. Elin Kutalaba arm triangle. Alex Nicholson neck jaw crank. That's essentially a submission. Then he won by ground and pound, but still on the ground. Arm bar, head kick, and then triangle choke arm bar.
Plus 400.
Oh, give me that. I sprinkle a little of that because I actually like Latvia is close enough to Russia for me. I don't bet. I'm not betting against.
Damn it. Do I need to change my? I need to change my pick
no,
now?
I mean that's geographically. I sound ridiculous, but no, I like Misha Kirkunov in this fight. No disrespect to Ryan Spann. He's good and he's big, but he's used to being significantly bigger at 6'5" and stuff. Misha's 6'3" and he's huge. He is a huge human being. He's a giant problem on the ground, and I know Ryan Spann is a good wrestler and stuff, but. That Latvian, I taking the Latvian killer, dude. That guy's terrible. He's scary. So and his losses are whatever. Johnny Walker, they both lost to Johnny Walker. That's fine. Glover Teixeira, I don't know if anybody's paying attention. He's beating everybody lately.
Yeah.
And Volkan Ozdemir, who that was right before Ozdemir went up and challenged DC for the title, right?
Yeah.
So it's like his 3 losses. He's 2-3 in his last 5, but. I don't know. I think he wins.
I'm going to stick with Spann, but I'm tempted on that submission prop. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Main event. Leon Rocky Edwards. He's 18-3, 6'2" with a 74-inch reach. He's only 29 years old. He's fighting Bilal Muhammad. He's 18-3 as well. 5'11" with a 71-inch reach, and he is 32 years old. How do you see this one playing out, man? Bilal just had a fight 4 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. Exactly a month later.
Exactly a month later. Is his leg? Let me just ask you this, because you're a fighter, you get kicked in the leg. Is his leg going to be healed by then?
I don't know. I didn't know what the long-term damage was of those leg kicks that
He
Lima
took some punishment. Like his leg took. Like Lima was beating that leg up. How long does it normally take if you get kicked in the leg like that?
It just depends.
A couple days.
Maybe.
How do you see this fight playing out?
I don't know. I just don't know.
It's hard to say because we haven't seen Leon in what?
We haven't seen Leon Edwards in over 18 months.
Oh, Brody says it won't be okay.
That's because Brody's a puss, and every time I kick him in the leg, he asks me to stop.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding, Brody.
He's dropping down, Brody. He's dropping down to 170.
I would never fight one of my teammates.
We
fight each other every Wednesday. It's fine. I think Brody's right. Like I think there has to be some compromise. I would think in some way. We'll find out real soon because Leon Edwards is going to kick it.
People look at Leon Edwards and they say he hasn't really fought like good competition. First of all, I don't believe in that. Brody, I'm going to 185. I don't want to cut weight ever again.
For the record, that's who I was cutting weight with. Me and Brody just got done cutting weight before this. So,
but Edwards is on an 8-fight win streak. His last loss is to Kamaru Usman. I mean, yeah, he might not have the big names on there, but he's got Vicente Luque, big win. He's got Donald Cerrone on there. He's got Gunnar Nelson on there. He's got Rafael Dos Anjos on there. Like he's making his mark, and I think he stamps it tomorrow night. And I don't know if he finishes, but I think he's coming to make a statement tomorrow and let everybody know that he should be the next one to get that title shot. That's where I'm going. So I'm going with it.
Leon Edwards.
So I think he's the better all-around fighter.
To get a title shot, he's going to have to stop Bilal Muhammad.
I think that's going to be tough. I don't know if he stops Bilal. How many times has Bilal been stopped? Never.
Probably never.
Is he even ever? I don't think he's ever been stopped.
They're
maybe
both
once.
18-3. They're both 18-3.
He's been stopped once. Vicente Luque stopped him in 2016 with punches. Out of 21 fights, he's been stopped once. But I still think Leon makes a statement. I think it's going to be competitive maybe for the first 2.5 rounds, and then I think Leon pretty much takes over. Are you going to go Muhammad? Are you going to go Muhammad? Are you going to put the shades on and go Muhammad? Put the sunglasses on, Zach. Do it. You don't want to do it, do you?
No, I think this is a no lose situation for Bilal Muhammad.
It really is. It really is.
Right on short notice, right? This is supposed to be Chimaev.
Yep.
You take right on short notice. You just fought and you just won, but it's a pretty significant jump up from Diego Lima to Leon Rocky Edwards. And like our boy Chael said, I've quoted this a few times. Like Chael said, the only Leon Edwards does everything perfectly except be interesting. He does everything right.
Yeah.
Except be interesting. He's not interesting. He's going to come out. He's going to be technical. He's going to do all the right things in the cage. He's going to do his job, and he's going to win a decision. That's what he's going to do because that's what he does. I think I got Leon Edwards by decision.
Does he get the title shot? Because I think Dana said he gets the title shot.
Nope.
What does he have to do? Fight Colby?
Probably.
Dana said he gets the title shot, if I'm not mistaken, this week.
Dana's said a lot of things that he didn't keep his word on, hasn't he?
Could you get any, if that fight ends up going down, let's just think ahead a little bit. Let's say Edwards wins and he gets lined up with Usman.
Usman does what Usman does.
I know he does it, but could there be a more boring fight, like with two guys that just aren't? I mean, technically, from a technical standpoint.
No, you know what? Get off the Usman is boring thing, dude.
I am. I am. I'm just
No,
saying. I'm saying I'm not boring fighter. I mean more of hyping up the fight type of like the promoting the fight aspect. No, I'm not saying boring fighter because I like what he does in the cage.
Oh,
I'm talking about the build up to the fight. Like, is anybody really going to care? Like,
that might
are
be
they?
an
Are
ESPN. Might be an ESPN Plus
they?
headline
No way. No
for a
way.
title fight.
No way.
You
it
can't build a
me.
card around Usman and Edwards and expect pay-per-view buys unless you have
McGregor and Diaz on there or something.
Unless you have two giant names or a giant name on the co-main.
From a technical stand, from a fighter stance, like you and I think we would enjoy that fight because I actually think it would be pretty good.
I think Usman mops him.
Mops him?
Mops.
We'll revisit this on Monday because if Edwards does what I think he's going to do, we may have to revisit that conversation.
I think Usman mops him. Like, dude, not even close.
I didn't realize.
As my boy Garrett Kerman says, bet the house.
I didn't realize how big Edward. He's a big 170, man. He looked huge in the.
You know who's a big 170?
Who?
Kamaru freaking Usman. He's giant.
Kamaru Usman's. He's barely 6 feet tall.
Yeah, but he's thicker than a Snickers, dude.
George, my brother, Devil Dog, what's cracking?
Love you, George.
Anyways, yeah, short podcast today.
But I super interesting. Hey, 2 things, random thoughts. Dang it, babe, my wife's right. Okay. I always random thoughts.
I got one shout out when you're done.
Okay, 2 random thoughts. 1, Juliana Pena is out of her mind, but I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at her trying. I'm not mad at the call out. You got to get the title shot. And you know what? If you're going to get Nunez, get her now while you think that she might be on her way out, possibly. Yeah. And she's full on embracing the bad guy, all the trash talking, calling her fat and staying at featherweight and staying fat, bringing up the Kat Zingano fight. And she says, I'll maul her on the ground. I'm the better wrestler. When Kat Zingano put her on her back, she curled up in the fetal position and quit. You know what? She's poking the bear, but careful what you wish for, because Amanda Nunez will, I think, destroy her. And please, for the love of all that's holy, nobody listen to Pena and do a Ultimate Fighter coaches is Pena and Nunez, because I don't think I'll watch a second of it.
No. Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
I'd have to have like a friend on the show to watch that, because I can't stand listening to Nunez, and I don't need Juliana Pena acting like she's going to punk Nunez all season. Applaud the effort.
What's the second rant? You said you had 2.
Are we just ignoring that Henry Cejudo's 1,000% trying to get around fighting Peter Yan? Let go of the belt because Peter Yan was the next one to go. He retired, right? Aljo wins it. Not really wins it. If you ask me, I think the title should be vacant.
Oh, he does too. I think Aljo does too.
Yeah, he does too. And he handled it well. Anybody should listen. Anybody that thinks that he was selling it or faking it or whatever should listen to what he says. Whatever.
I love that he called out John McCarthy too. And it's like, dude, you don't know everything. Like,
I know you think you do, but you don't.
Think you do, but you don't. Like,
and I like John McCarthy, but
he handled it. He handled it very well. The way he handled it.
I became a bigger fan of Aljo because of how he's handled it.
Does
he beat Yan in a rematch? I don't think so. But
I think there's some lessons to be learned in that first fight, and I think he's going to make adjustments. I don't know if it's going to be enough, and I'm not betting against the Russian ever again in my life. But I think he does makes some adjustments in there, because it was competitive for those first 3 rounds, 2.5 rounds.
I really thought like halfway through the second round is when you could see the fatigue setting in.
The writing was on the wall. Yeah,
he was doing it, and then the third round it was like, and then by the fourth round you're like, oh, he's screwed, and then wham, here comes the giant knee.
I do think that gives him. That's going to give him a little bit more data to retool some things in his camp. You know what else I found really interesting? Matt Serra wasn't in his corner for that fight. Did you see that?
Did you see what Matt Serra said about how he'll never corner now? Because that was weird. A
little strange.
If you're Aljo, if I was Aljamain Sterling, I would be on the phone to Matt Serra, apologizing him and begging him to be in my corner for the rematch.
Yeah, I agree.
Because he deserved to be there. That's such a.
How long have they been coaching that kid since the beginning?
Yeah, that's such a hard thing. I mean, I could not imagine ever fighting without Aldo in my corner, and I've always had Jordan or Crystal Smith in my corner. And and then that third corner for a couple of my fights, it's been Ben Moa, it's been Cole Faust. Like that's cool, like having my teammates with there. But I mean, those coaches and those people that have been with you from the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, Aldo is a great coach and he's a great friend, but man, he knows me really well. He's in the gym with me every day. Jordan Smith, he's almost like my head coach. Like, and when I talk about head, I mean up here. He gets me right up here before a fight.
Yeah.
And you have those types of connections with your coaches, and having a guy that's been in your corner for like a month while you've been down in Vegas, that just seems really weird to me. It seems really weird. I don't know. If I'm Aljamain, I am on the phone apologizing, saying I dropped the ball. I'm so sorry. Like, of course I want you in my corner. Please be in my corner for the rematch. I don't know, unless they did have something that, I mean, we are only hearing one side of it.
Yeah.
Not Sarah's side. So I don't know. But again, Henry Cejudo, I'm calling it. He is dodging Peter Yan. He is trying to sneak in there and get the Aljo fight, and then he was going to angle to get the TJ rematch and leave Peter Yan out. I guarantee it, because Henry understands that as long as it's a big money fight and he can pitch that to Dana, Dana will take the big money fights and not necessarily do what's totally fair.
Yeah.
It's so, I think it's so dirty and slimy. I lost a lot of respect for Henry Cejudo again as a competitor by doing the face-off with Aljo and trying to even
that was
flex.
A little cheesy.
Even flex like he's going to come back and just be the number one contender all of a sudden. No, dude. No. You know what you could do? You could fight the loser of TJ and Sandhagen.
There you go.
And then get in line, bro. Like, you vacated and left. Bye. No.
Ooh, that TJ Sandhagen fight's going to be.
Oh
man. All right.
Anyways, under 50 minutes.
Under 50 minutes. Quick shout out to my grandmother in Michigan who watches all of our podcasts. And just so you fighters know, the ones that we do these fighter spotlights, my grandmother is watching. She has 2 fighters on her list that she has now. She messaged me after we did the one with Mitch Ramirez and said, put Mitch on the list of fighters to watch. So she has Mitch and Aleko Poinar on our list of fighters that she wants me to keep her updated on and send them their fight information. So shout out to my grandmother in Michigan. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Mitch Ramirez, I mean, I don't know, a local guy. Him and Cole Schaefer have to have the 2 worst luck locally. Like, it's unreal.
Horrible luck.
Like, let's
Horrible
go.
Luck.
Let's go. Like, come on. Like, get these guys fights.
All right. All you Utah guys, see you guys tomorrow night at Steel Pit.
See you tomorrow night.
Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, my grandma is paying attention. See, she's here. Hi, Grandma. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. See you guys on Monday.